Hey everybody, welcome back to Super Tops Bros. We are at Suburbia again. Let's retry it.
Right on. You gotta get that 6 score, bro.
Yep. Man, I'm so close. I just gotta do that like 200,000 more times.
You're already there. Oh man, you're making progress already.
Ow!
Oh
fuck.
shit.
I'm already not making progress.
That's bad. So,
what
oh my god.
What the fuck was that? It started me off on a fucking shit grind balance.
He fucking beefed it. Yeah, man, it's been a while since we recorded. It's been too long.
Yeah. This is the first of the session that we're doing. So, I'm trying to get the hang of like doing these reverts, but like continuing them from moves on in here, like.
Right.
Like, see, basically what I'm trying to do is do a move, and whoa. I did like a manual on the rail. Did you see that?
I didn't. My brain registered it as a grind.
It looked like I did. Yeah, see what I just did there? I did the revert, but then I kind of continued.
Yeah, that's what Kaiten was telling us.
Yeah.
Whoa, Jesus.
But I'm trying to get the... Yeah, see, there we go. And then I can kind of continue it from doing a trick on the like an air trick.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's called the grab trick, Steven.
Grab
flip trick. Grab tricks and flip tricks. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nice. Isn't there... Can't you, like, jump over the barbecue and get, like, a special?
Maybe.
Is that a thing? I like, there's a part of my lizard brain that's, like, remembering that.
Yeah, let me just...
You have to jump, like, right over the middle of it. All right. Try this shit. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't know what that does, but, I mean, you got 50 points. Good job. Proud of you. You did more than halfway there.
That's good. I feel like that's good.
D. It was like a low D.
Well, that's what I did on my driving test, and you know what?
And guess who's got a license?
Yeah, exactly. Guess who drove here?
Yeah.
And by here, I mean to my bedroom that I'm in right now.
It was a garage at one point, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Yep, we were on a trip for the past week we've been completely absent. So in case you're wondering why we weren't replying to anything on YouTube, like YouTube comments and stuff, that's why. We took a week off for work and we went to Utah.
Yep.
And it was a good time. We did a lot there. Actually I should say it was definitely my most memorable of our work trips to Utah for many reasons. The biggest, obviously, being the solar eclipse. We were #blessed enough to be able to see the solar eclipse in totality on the 21st. And that was fucking amazing. It's really cool. Because we're up in northern Utah when we do our trips. And so we drove up with Kaiten, who's a...
what the fuck was that? Damn it.
A fan, if I'm able to say that, of the show, or at least a watcher sometimes, which is about as good as I can hope for anybody. All the three of us drove up to Idaho, up into the totality path and saw the eclipse, and it was pretty incredible.
Yeah, that was a crazy thing to see.
Yeah, definitely. I hope people got a chance to be able to do it, or at least
see it partially
with some solar glasses, or at the very least saw some cool shadows in the trees, or at the very, very least
saw it on TV.
Yeah, exactly.
Or at the very, 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 very least knew that it happened.
Yeah, and is awestruck by the wonder of our universe and solar system. There were a lot of people because if you don't know by now, watching this show, we're science dudes, so this kind of shit is very important and significant to us, and so there's a lot of people who are who cares? Some people were kind of yeah, cool, the moon blocks the sun, it's not that amazing, like there's other amazing phenomena, and it's like, yeah, I guess, but it's still really fucking amazing, I think.
Yeah.
And then there's other people who just straight up don't give a shit, and they're lost souls. I don't know what to say. Yeah. But, yep, we saw it. It was really cool. We took some pictures. Steven got a new DSLR camera and took some pretty good photos.
Yep.
And they came out pretty well, I thought. And
as well as I could. I mean, they always said too, like on websites about the eclipse, you know, don't try to spend too much time taking pictures of it because there's going to be people taking way better pictures than you ever could, and you'll be missing out on the precious little amount of time that you do have to actually see it. Yeah. Yeah.
And you know what? I completely agree. Whoa. Because I was trying to take a video of it. Well, I did take a video of kind of like the moments leading up to the eclipse. Because, like, we should probably talk about it in detail, like, kind of everything that happened. But
yeah,
in a nutshell, you know, it was like, what, like half an hour between when the partial started and when, like, the actual total eclipse started? Or more like an hour, do you think?
I think between the time that it, like, when the eclipse kind of first started to the time where it got to totality, it was about an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I would say something like that.
Yeah. So we were kind of just all parked and hanging out on this, like, rural Idaho road. Just kind of parked there with, you know, the three of us. We had, like, you know, Kaiten got like trail mix and chips and shit, and we kind of just, like, hung out and, you know, had our eclipse glasses, and we were kind of looking at it very slowly, kind of covering up, and like you could see it, like, it's crazy how accurately they map that time, because like we you know, we're like, all right, according to where we are right now, it should start in like 10 seconds, and then we're looking at it,
totally
and then all of a sudden you see a little tiny black bump very slowly start to grow, and you're like, man, they nailed it. It's crazy. It's crazy that they're able to do that.
Yeah, I find that almost as amazing as the event itself, in a way.
Really?
You know?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like yeah, the intelligence and ability of, you know, NASA to be able to figure that shit out is fucking crazy. To be able to, you know, share it and give you enough information in the modern world to plan ahead so people can go see it and stuff is great. I think so.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely one of the good thing. It's one of those things that makes it great to be alive in this day and age, because you always talk about, like, you know, if you lived 100 years ago, things are much more simple and it's not as fast paced, and, you know, there's not all this pressure on working and stuff like that, which you could say the same about countries outside of America today, but I mean just anywhere. But at the same time, you know, like you kind of miss out on certain things like this. That's my opinion anyway. But yep, it was a great time. Had a good time with you and Kaiten. It's kind of like I would almost consider it like a bonding trip almost.
Yeah. It was definitely what's the word that they always like to use? I can't think of it right now.
Like I'm trying to think of a way to describe it too. You're talking about just like the trip in general?
Well, no, I was talking about like what they would call it for like work, like you do an activity to bring people together.
Like team building almost? Team
building, exactly. Yeah. That's the word I was looking for. And that's what people were kind of saying at first, like, you know, oh, it's a team building thing, and I feel like it kind of is, you know.
Yeah, it would have been nice if everybody from work went up to see it. It was actually I was kind of disappointed that they decided not to, but
yeah, there was a plan, I think, for everyone to kind of go up and see it, but it seemed like it kind of just wasn't, like, it fell through a little bit.
Yeah, and I don't really know why. Like, we never really got answers as to why, but the only thing I can think is, like, either interest wasn't there or it was just too inconvenient to do it, because, like...
It was, like about 100 or so mile drive from where we were.
It was like 150 miles, I think. to like go up there, which like isn't that bad, but it's also like the thing too is that we're acclimated to road trips.
Yeah, so
Like,
150 miles for us isn't that much.
It's like yeah, like whatever, because I mean like, you know, we grew up taking road trips every summer with our dad, and I mean like we over time slowly pushed the envelope further and further as far as how long we could stay in a car, and like we would kind of get comfortable pushing like 400, 500, sometimes 600 mile. Did you ever do a 600-mile drive?
Oh yeah, we've done.
Yeah.
I think the most that we've done in a single drive in a day was about 620 miles or something. It was whatever the distance is between. I think it was Flagstaff, Arizona, to Amarillo, Texas. Whatever that distance is. It was over
that was our longest one, huh?
From what I remember.
Wow. Doesn't really seem that. I mean, you're talking about like almost adjacent states. It
Yeah,
doesn't
but I
seem
mean, they're
like,
big fucking states.
I know they are, yeah. Whereas when we did our Northeast road trip, you know, we drove through like fucking 800 states at once.
10 states a day, yeah. Whoa.
What the fuck was that? Finger
Holy
flip? Excuse me?
That was a crazy trick right there.
I didn't like that.
You didn't like that trick?
I fear change. So yeah, let's see it. Let's see you bust it out, Steve. Let's see you bust something out.
Ow. Fuck.
When we were hanging out, waiting for the eclipse, like totality to happen, like it didn't really seem any different unless you had eclipse glasses and looking at it. It didn't seem anything was actually happening. Like you probably wouldn't even know anything was happening until like, I don't know, 10 minutes before, like from starting and then after totality. Because like, you know, it's still like just having that little bit of sliver of light is enough to make it seem like a fully bright day. Like it you can't really tell anything is changed, but at a certain point you could. And not only did it start to get darker and darker, but it got colder too. Like it quickly got cold, and that was really eerie. But also the darkness that was falling was a very strange type of darkness that I've never experienced before. Because it's the type of darkness that only happens during total eclipses, and I've never seen one.
Yeah, it's more of how rapidly it gets dark.
It was very because it got dark. It went from sunny day to night within like, I don't know what, 5 or 10 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
You're getting worse, by the way. Like,
yeah, I know. I got up to like.
Maybe you should like forget the whole revert shit, trying to do that, and just go on to grind combos, because that seems to kind of be your forte. Find some place where you can really like.
Yeah, I think there is a place here. Let me. I don't want to stay. I like if I don't get this by the end of this episode, I'm just gonna skip this for now.
Okay.
And just to change scenery. This area seems like it could be good. Like. Just this grinding area here, because I think there's see that clothesline up there? I think if I could grind on that, there's like a combo or something I remember seeing.
Right. Well, in any event, yeah, so like the time leading up to the eclipse got darker and darker and creepier, and like when the totality happened, I was taking a video, and, you know, you could just hear people cheering when it was happening, and, you know, it just got nighttime dark, and, like, you would look around you, and, like, on the horizon, 360 degrees around you, there was, like, a pink line of sunset, basically. So it was, like, a sunrise/sunset
in
all
every
the
direction.
way around you, everywhere. Yeah, it was very weird. And then in the middle of the sky, at the top where the sun was, it was dark, dark blue. You could see a couple of stars, and Venus was very bright, and you could see Mercury right by where the sun was. And when the moon blocked the sun, you could see the corona of the sun, and it was like jutting out like super. Did it seem to you, like looking at it with your naked eye, the corona went way further out in like one or two particular directions than it shows on like photos?
It
or
did
am I
seem like it
imagining
goes.
that?
It seemed like it went further,
Right.
out than what you would see in pictures and stuff.
Like, it seemed like the corona went out, like, super far, like 2 or 3 sun lengths out. But then in the photos, it doesn't look like it reflects that. And I couldn't tell if I was just remembering it wrong or what, but it sure seemed like it.
Yeah. I seem to remember, too, the corona was kind of flickering a lot, like kind of moving in and out and shit like that.
Mm-hmm. In my memory, it was jutting out super far at like the bottom left of the sun when you were looking at it from our direction. Mm-hmm. And then like a little bit kind of in another direction. And then like the rest, like all the other directions were kind of just like the same length. I was trying to take in as much detail as I could. I was staring at it because I was like, this is something I don't want to forget.
Yeah.
This is kind of weird, but I'm really happy that I stopped smoking weed because I know that weed affected my memory. And if I would have kept smoking the same amount then and kept it to this day, there's a good chance that I would forget a lot of the details of what I saw. And that would suck because I don't want to. And, like, again, we took photos, and I took a video of the whole experience around, but it's completely different. It's something that you have to see for yourself.
Yeah, that's it's one of those things where it really, seeing a picture of it doesn't do justice,
Oh yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
absolutely.
just it's not just the pictures, and what you look up at the sky. It's just the atmosphere of the whole situation and everything.
Yep. And then after the eclipse, because like we didn't really eat anything significant like all morning. The eclipse was like at like 11:30 our time, and so like after the eclipse ended, we were like, we got to get some food, so we kind of drove a little bit a ways and then stopped at a Hawaiian restaurant and ate there. And when we went in there, it was like kind of empty, but the hostess was there. But she was, like, freaked out a little bit. She looked like she was, like, kind of, like, tweaked, kind of. Like, she wasn't, like, shaking, but she was kind of, like, her eyes were, like, super wide and shit. And I'm wondering if, like, ours were, too.
I think that we were, and I was definitely, like, just feeling just excited. I was feeling, like, overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Just in general, and I'm sure everyone else was, too.
Yeah. I know that you said when you were taking pictures of it with your camera, oh shit, you were like shaking, like you were trying really hard to keep your hands still to take a good photo, but you were like shaking with like anticipation. That little fucking variable thing varial you just did right there, and the revert, it got you like 6,000 points. Just that one little move.
Yeah, I mean, it acts as a multiplier, so,
yeah,
it does help. It's just getting, like, the hang of doing it almost instinctively. I feel like that's kind of the strategy, because otherwise you're kind of thinking about it too much, and then you kind of, like... Whoa.
Oh, shit. I mean, like, I'm wondering if, like, trying to do a special lip trick and then a revert, and then maybe, if you're lucky, a manual, and then just kind of keep trying to do that. Like, it's not super exciting, but, like, it gets you a hell of a lot more points than, beefing it like a fucking squid.
Yeah, like stuff like that.
Yeah. but like for real, like the thing that gets you the most points quickly is like grind chains.
Yeah, there was a grind chain over here somewhere. I noticed it in the last run, or maybe it was the run before that.
Yeah.
I think it was grinding from... Oh, shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best so far.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yep, well, on the next time on Super Thomas Bros, we stop talking about the eclipse and talk about more shit, and then Steven either keeps trying Suburbia or moves on. What are you going to do?
I'm going to move on. I'm going to move to the airport. Okay. Yeah, come back to Suburbia, just because I've been playing this level too many times in a row, and I feel like I need a break from it, so, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye. See you later.
Bye.
Bye. We're going to see you at the airport. We're going to go and fly a plane. We're going to...
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Yep. You go to airports to fly planes. That's hard to say, kind of. Go to airports to fly planes. That's actually... No, it's not hard to say, like, at all. I'm just...
Okay.
Yeah.